Alright, hello Divine Feminines, how are you? There's a ton of noise outside, but this is the only time I have to do this, so we're going to get this done. Grasshopper and cow. Lots of big downloads coming in, big shifts. I feel it's pretty quiet. That's quiet. Moth and fox. Wow, look at all that red and orange and then electric eel. So that's like my tower card in this deck. Moth, pig spirit, fox spirit. So this is the most, it's crazy because I was kind of going to say that. This is the most psychic card in this deck for me. And it's a 39, which is a 12, which is a 3, which is the Empress. And then fox spirit here, it says think on your feet. So yours says surrender now. And in between it says use your mind wisely. And I would kind of say, you know, he's standing on a cloud here, and I would kind of say don't use your mind at all. But I would say make sure your mind is in the right frequency, in the right place, and try to use your intuition and your heart at least as much, if not more, than your mind. This says speak your truth, express yourself, one with self, blossoming. So blossom is always Empress to me, and it's 8888. Apparently that's our number for today. The numbers up here are 394727. Very interesting energies. 1-1 acknowledge, take responsibility. 1-1, that's crazy. Karmic relationship, releasing the past. And then we got the blossoming card. Oh my god, 1-1. So we have 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, 8-8. Clear energy blocks, aligning the higher chakras. Strength and haven't used the second forever. Orbs, I believe, are swords. Let me look here really quick. There's flames, crystals, orbs, and chalices. Yeah, the orbs are the swords. Flames are wands, and crystals are pentacles. Okay. Star and the page of pentacles. Star and the 5 of wands. 9 of pentacles and Knight of Cups. Okay, let's look. 10 of Cups. 7 of Pentacles. That's the Knight. Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. The other one was the Queen. Moon. 10 of Pentacles. Wow. 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. That's crazy. Chariot reversed. 6 of Cups reversed. 3 Knights. Knight of Pentacles in a page. Wow. 10 of Flames. We have 10, 10, 10. And all of the Knights. Holy cow. With the Hangman in reverse. He's trying to get unstuck. We have all the Knights and 10, 10, 10. And I didn't take 2 overall cards. And that is Death, which is the energy I was feeling, and in reverse, and then the Wheel. Wow. This is a huge reading. I feel this intense page energy. Full energy for him. There's such a big energy here. I don't know. What am I getting here? It's like making me uncomfortable feeling. I get this like feeling he's about to reveal something very spiritual to you. Or something will be revealed to you. Storm warning. Woman holding a coin. Queen of Pentacles. Attachment. Either of the ages and door to personal healing and happiness. With the garden and look at that. Unstuck. Again. With the 10 of Cups. Broken heart. Okay, I'm starting freaking out now. So he's like mobilizing all of his energy towards you. I feel like some of you are like, no, he's not. And I will say there seems to be, he seems to be quite invested in, wow, his not caring, like making it appear that he doesn't care. And not even that he doesn't, but not even, I can't even speak. This is so overwhelming. He seems to be quite invested in his stuckness. That being said, he's very aware that you can't stay there forever. So again, we have fantasy, fairy tales, mist of imagination, seeing beyond the veil, Avalon. Look at that. I just stopped and Sacred Union was on the bottom. Ice Queen. Ideas preserved. Non-action entitlement. Lady of the Gift. Generosity, receiving, withholding. Cosmos. That's crazy. I almost posted a post this morning that had the cosmos on it. Hungry Ghost. Now I'm going to do it because I feel like it's a sign. Keeper of the Scales. Dream Walker. He may have had a lot of dreams or visions or deja vus, out-of-body experiences, something like that during Libra season. Obsession, scarcity, consciousness, attachment, partnership, and romance. I feel like he's understanding that his identity has been taken on from some other entity. I almost never use these cards, but look at her and how much I've talked about being in a bubble. We have the owl, and she's almost like, well, that's the moon, but she's sleeping with this crown on, right? I feel like this is ancestors and this trauma that we inherit, right? I mean, I hate to say this way, but this is what's coming through. It's like, it's when you get up to the soul level and you look down at the polarity consciousness we live in this planet. This is crazy. Many of the things we would consider gifts and blessings passed down to us can actually be very hindering to us as a soul growing. I know it sounds like, oh, that's a very entitled thing to say. From a 3D perspective, it is an entitled thing to say. Okay? I mean, that's assuming that I've never struggled in my life, which I have in a lot of ways. From a soul's perspective, the withholding of what we would consider from a 3D perspective a blessing or a gift or an inheritance can be, I don't even know where I'm going now, could be actually a blessing in disguise. And I know, again, it sounds very entitled of me to say, oh, let's just take money, right? Because that's what everybody in the 3D world believes will solve all of their quote-unquote problems, right? I'm not saying it won't solve money problems, because money will solve money problems. But from a soul's perspective, your growth, your energy expanding to become the person that's able to generate generational wealth, it's far more valuable. It's far more meaningful to this incarnation from a soul's perspective. Okay? So I feel, because they're bringing this very large lesson through here, it maybe has applied to both of you. It maybe has different meanings for both of you, but the same like core message, right? Because at the soul level, we're one. My belief, you do not have to believe it for this reading to apply to you. From a soul's level, we may be learning I'm sorry, this is Ten of Swords. We may be learning a lot of value through betrayal. We may be learning how if you incarnate into an experience where there's a lot of wealth, you may almost feel trapped. You may almost feel stifled. You may almost feel imprisoned in a lot of, that's the word they're bringing through, right? You may feel locked. We went through yesterday, I think the last two readings have been about feeling almost imprisoned in your own mind, feeling imprisoned in a lot of ways through your beliefs, feeling stuck, and him trying to get out of that stuckness. And I feel like there's a desire here to know his deeper self. Do you ever wonder if this is real? I doubt sometimes. That word doubt is so important on this journey. I feel like it's the most important word that there is. I know that sounds crazy, but the difference between, on the emotional scale, the difference between doubt and knowing is the major leap you have to make. It changes everything about how you understand this journey. The frequency shift that happens. So I remember when I was in doubt constantly, my mind was consumed constantly. What would people think? Is this real? Am I imagining it? Constantly doubting myself, constantly doubting if I was even perceiving my feelings as real. And once that shift is made, it is so incredibly different. Now, I think most of the people watching my channel have crossed it. But if you are still going between that like doubt and knowingness right there at like 400, I'm going to tell you that your life changes dramatically once you know, okay? And I think that's where he is. It's, again, Lemurian. Rich thoughts grow money. That's an interesting card to come out. Cobra is healing, potent, and swift. Cobra can assist you to clear away anything unnecessary or extraneous. Tear down. These cards are like 3 or 4 years old now. How could you want me? I couldn't say it, but I felt a lot of the same things you did. I write texts and I delete them. I see why they're telling me to put that over here. It's like he's crossing this bridge here. And this bridge is very important. And you're over here. You're always ahead of him vibrationally. Always. So he doesn't, this is really important, he doesn't move up vibrationally until you move up and then you stabilize. And sometimes he feels like he's just like a little puppy looking out the window and you're driving the car. I know that sounds really strange, but to surrender to someone else being in control, and this is like a vibrational knowing that he has. And imagine, and I don't know why we're going with the dog analogy here, because I just saw that in my mind, but it's easier sometimes to like personify objects or animals than it is to actually like do it with people. It's like, imagine you're this little puppy and your whole life, right? This is kind of an inner child analogy. Depends on your owner going to the store, buying food, you know, earning the money to buy the food, going to the store, buying the food, and then deciding to give it to you. You have zero control over this situation as this puppy. Your inner child had zero control over getting nourished, getting cared for, getting loved, all of your needs being met. And you know, a lot of parents just feel like, well, meeting the physical needs is enough, right? They have felt that. And that's where we are in kind of reckoning that situation and in humanity, right? It's a very privileged place to be. Because to do that, you have to have the time and the space and the resources to be able to sit and reflect and think and why are they using that word? Aggregate? Collect. So you've been wavering in your vibration for some time. And now I think you're coming to a place, or you have come to a place where it's a lot more stable. It's kind of like, at the beginning of this year, I would talk about the roads, the 2 roads, right? And those that chose the road that went up. And it isn't like you're in a carriage and the horse is taking you up the road. This is a very, very steep, difficult road. And you're clawing at it, right? And you're climbing with your hands and your knees and your feet. And you're in the mud. You're in the dirt because you're having to fight for every inch up this, so we'll call it a cliff or something, or a very steep incline. And sometimes you would slip back down, right? And then those slip back down moments, you'd be like, I can't do this. And you would doubt. You would doubt that it was worth it. You would doubt your connection. You would doubt yourself. You would doubt, what are people thinking of me, that I'm doing this, that I'm believing even that I could do this, right? So there was this is a very intense reading. I knew I had to do a reading, but I was like, had no idea. Look at that, look at that, look at that. That's the other side of the bridge. That's where he's going. Knows your twin flames. I can't believe that card came out. This is crazy. Look. Scared what their family will say. I've never done a reading like this where they've told me, like, this is the bridge. This is really cool. Thank you, Spirit. So these are kind of, I don't know where this goes, but we're going to say it's there. So tap into your imagination, go for it, which is Fool energy. Bring it into form. Beautiful, amazing. Dreams of you. This is for you. We're so different. If I called Lydia, that's her. Okay. So he's over here, and this is what he's using to cross this bridge. And this is the energy that is drawing him over the bridge. Do you ever wonder if this is real? I doubt sometimes. I write texts and delete them. This is intense. And he doesn't like the intensity, I'll tell you that much. Yep, there's a lot of energy around that intensity that scares him very much. And when he feels the intensity, that's when he kind of runs. That's an explanation for someone that's looking for that explanation. Because I feel like there's someone who has been very, very confused because for you, possibly, the intensity feels beautiful and good and what you've been maybe looking for. And for him, it's like so terrifying and scary, and it scrambles his brain. That's what they're showing me. I know I treated you badly. I'm too proud to say sorry. So that's keeping him stuck. I wrote you a song, scared what their family will say, and you're so amazing. I'm so lucky. And I feel like this is more in the bridge energy. But there's definitely this energy still from yesterday. I feel it still. It's like an all-encompassing vibrational frequency. And for you and him, it may be different or the same, but it's like, I want to be surrounded by beautiful vibrations. And music helps me do that. Music helps me feel the vibrations in my body and helps get me out of my mind. And for you, that may be smelling flowers or other things that where you take a high frequency and you kind of saturate yourself with it. Okay, so in the middle is Lemurian energy. Rich thoughts grow money. I feel like in a lot of ways he's learning a lot about alchemy, manifestation. I'm going to read these actually, because I never finished this deck, and it was so interesting how the lessons I had to learn to believe in myself as a reader, as I had people very close to me that I would share like my readings with or this deck with, and they were very critical of me. And it made me really hurt, you know, because it was such a intimate part of me to bring to the surface. But all of my experience, I guess they're having me share this with you for a reason, that I had to learn not to be codependent. I had so many lessons where I had to learn to not be codependent, not seek others' approval, not seek validation, not ask what people thought of what I was doing, but just do it because I wanted to do it. Okay, Cobra medicine is healing, potent, and swift. Cobra can assist you to clear away anything unnecessary or extraneous, pare down. The Alchemist, the quantum process of turning ether into matter. By mastering our thoughts, we control what we create. The Magician, boundless form, pure potential, infinite, free-flowing. Magic is the source of infinite love and matter. Perpetual transmutation, which is, you know, where we constantly take a lower frequency and turn it into a higher frequency. We see the love in everything, right? We see the source energy in everything. Diamond light, pure light with diamond essence, transmutes dense energies back into ether to release. So we see you're both becoming master alchemists, becoming master magicians. You know, you already are them. You're just uncovering those parts of yourself, those latent parts of you that may have been obstructed or covered over by people. And then you're so amazing, I'm so lucky. Sorry, I heard a noise. I get so freaked out with noises sometimes. Okay. And then, how could you want me? I can, so that's that doubt. I couldn't say it, but I felt a lot of the same things you did. Part of what's drawing him forward is that there are unanswered questions that he wants to know the answer to. Sometimes I think you're talking to me. Knows your twin flames, Empress energy. And then they gave me sage smudge off to the side. So that the tools that you can use to help this is a whole little lesson here. It does say, if I called, would you answer? We're so different, dreaming of you. You can use lucid dreaming. You can use journaling. And so it says, tap into imagination. The realm of imagination is where all things first manifest. It is limitless, boundless, and free, always available for you. The word wants to be written. The masterpiece wants to be painted. What is in your heart wants to be created into form. And then go for it. So you creating your life as you truly want it to be, right? Embodying this energy, creating for the sake of creating. Finding the bravery to bring it forward into the world. And then here it says you can use sage smudge to clear your space, energy, and body. Use sage smoke to energetically clear. Wow, that was a crazy, beautiful reading. So much information in that. I feel like explains a lot. So the kind of energy that is still coming through right now here is you stabilizing your frequency and being able to speak about it. As you can see, I'm having a lot of issues about speaking. And it doesn't happen very frequently anymore. It used to happen a lot. Okay, let's see what we have. Soulmates, self-indulgence, immediately kisses, ascending, passion, dragonfly, love call, mask. Immediately what I'm hearing, look at palm tree, twin flames, golden mirror, phoenix, you know, is just surrendering and accepting what is and taking him off of the pedestal as much as you can. What does that actually mean? To me, as a DF, that means that you get to the place where his body and being in the physical form is just another person in this illusion with us. And that you don't put any specialness onto him. He just is what he is, and he doesn't garner any more deservingness of attention, you know, because you have this soul connection. I know that may sound really harsh to some people. But that pedestal and the roller coaster of emotions that happens when you put someone on a pedestal only comes from the belief that somehow they're special. And I don't want to go fully into that because I've gone into it in, like, I feel like hundreds of videos. But it's like, you do not need to fix him, remove his mask, repair his trauma, help him in any way in the physical. There doesn't need to be anything between you two that's special or different or any other kind of consideration. Especially, they want to highlight conditionality. So, this is such a sensitive topic. The conditionality that we've been enmeshed in our whole lives is what's breaking down and crumbling. I will say it's a slow process. I really want this to stop. Okay. The conditionality is linked to polarity, right? Scales in a lot of ways are polarity. They're good and bad. Whatever relationship we have, like in the 3D matrix, is a conditional relationship. That's the frequency, that is the vibration of the nature of it. And so, when you're putting someone on a pedestal, or you're treating someone special, different than the rest of the people, right? You're partaking in this conditionality, this good or bad, and not just accepting what is. The people that are watching this, if you're watching this and you're understanding what I'm saying, you're already very high vibration right now, and you're in a very special place to be able to, and see, I just did it there. Like I said, it was good somehow, but like, this frequency is very high. The frequency that I'm telling right now is very high. Don't dim to fit in. That's crazy, because I was just looking at this card. Align your life. Boundaries. Pillar of light. I saw that while I was shuffling. Death card. Transformation. Priestess. I'm going to talk in. Share your voice. So a lot of, there's a lot of beliefs in the spiritual community. I don't really partake in a lot of the spiritual community things. I just think it's another distraction. But sometimes it helps us when we're working on ourselves to understand things from a more spiritual perspective. All gifts, spiritual gifts, are, it's my belief, this is what David Hawkins taught me, all of our gifts are on loan from spirit and can be gone at any moment. And in a lot of ways, my belief, this is my personal belief, is that they come to those who won't abuse them. Is that the truth? I'm not sure. But that's the way that I feel about it. It does seem to be something where you have gone through past lives and you've accrued a certain amount of knowledge and experience and whatever you want to call it, worthiness. You know, I feel like a lot of us, you know, twins are old souls. Lived a lot of lifetimes. And have had, there's so much like prismatic stuff in these cards. There's so many like layers. It seems to be all about layers right now. Whatever it is that you don't align with anymore, it's time for it to go. And there's 2 cards here that say that. We've seen it in other cards. And this karmic relationship card, it's up to you in your beingness. You either have the choice of dimming your light to fit in with that lower vibrational person or thing, situation, or aligning to who you truly are. And as you let more light out, you realign, right? And your boundaries become stronger. And you become, it says, how are you dimming your light to fit in? What is no longer in alignment with who you truly are? Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. You come to a place where you know your answers. You just know them. It's kind of what I've been talking about this whole reading. And that's beyond reason, right? It's beyond science. The twin flame journey demands that we come into alignment with self-love. And that is beyond the explanation of psychology, of any science. It is currently beyond the explanation. So again, this is going very, very, very far back for me, but if you're there, it's like when you're trying to explain this relationship to somebody from a 3D perspective, they're going to tell you your all sorts of things, and you're going to doubt your feelings and yourself, and you're going to doubt your psychology, and you're going to doubt. Now, when I talk about becoming the sovereign being, it doesn't mean that you're beyond getting any help, working with a professional psychologist, working with a professional anybody. I don't say that. Always, it is the most responsible thing, and that responsible is the spiritual journey. The more responsible you become, the more sovereign you are. It's like a paradox. It's like the more responsible you are, the more sovereign you become, the less reactive you become, the more you can absolutely be yourself and hold all of the other vibrations as well. And that includes if you have an issue that needs a transformation and you don't know how to do that yet, that you are open to learning and being malleable and being vulnerable. And in a lot of ways, that paradox of becoming more and more responsible is also becoming more and more vulnerable. It's a big topic. Okay. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. How are you being called to step up and lead as the priestess? Longing for home, belonging, the original light workers, Minnetonkan. That's that Lemurian energy. I'm about done with this reading, so just so you know, share your voice, come out of the cave. Persecution and expression. So that's that witch wound. That's the fear of being persecuted for speaking truth. And of course, my understanding of the illusion is that truth is all relative, and that we're all always attracting from our frequency. So everything can be true all at once. There isn't one definitive truth. Woo! We did it. We made it. I hope I've given you a good explanation of what's coming through right now. So we're going to wrap it up with some advice. You can call these frequencies to help you navigate and realign and increase your frequency. I will say that you right now are like, for the masculine, there's an incredible, beautiful energy around you that he just can't. I mean, I would almost call it like an obsession, but what do you call like how a bee feels about a flower? That's who they are. They're a pollinator, and they're drawn to the flower because of its essence, and that's their purpose. And it's not the same, but I'm telling you in story here so you can understand that it isn't conscious, like I'm deciding. And that's what's so different about it, because I think the manipulative game that he plays is often that. So you have freedom. Wow, that is a beautiful card. I'm not sure that's ever come out. Live wild and free, choose your freedom, claim your independence. And you know, she's alone. Balance. Take time to relax, indulge a little more or less, set boundaries with your work. He may be like losing himself in work. Compassion. We've had this before, and this is very much an inner child card for me. Be gentle with yourself. Forgiveness will set you free. See the light in yourself and others. And he definitely is seeing your light. Like, I don't know if it's the veil thinning or you took off a veil. So, intention. These gigantic, I think these are the biggest wings in this deck. Be clear and decisive. Focus on what you really want and be bold with requests to the universe. I might get actually a few more messages from him at the end. Instead of the heart deck, I might pull like 3 heart cards, but I think I'm going to get a few actual like 3D messages from him. Okay, ascended masters or goddesses, solace, bodies of water, spend time near water, such as a lake, river, or ocean to recharge your batteries. Look at third death card. This has butterflies in it too. You are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. Remember what I said about what appears to be a blessing in the very beginning and what doesn't. It's crazy how these cards always relate to like the first thing I say. Guinevere, true love. The romantic strengths of your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love for you. And for me, this card is very much, and we have fertility again on the bottom. Interesting. Very much about the faith, right? The knowingness. Boundaries and healing. Interesting. He may be going through a period of healing where he has to be alone more. Empowerment and animals. Ugh, I'm just getting really shaky right now, and it feels like energy that wants to move. Very nervous energy. Take action. It's like the second action card. Look at that. Labradorite, Hidden Night, which is gratitude, and the Master Teacher card of awakening, crystal, emotional healing between you two, with grounding, meditation, and clarity. So hematite, amethyst, tanzanite, and scolecite. You want to call any of those into your energy field or use as actual stones. I feel a lot of healing coming into this shared space. Fire dragon. So it's like another, full energy. Burns up the lower energies around you. You are safe and protected. Be determined and inspired. Clear your soul's pathway. One of my favorite cards, the Lilac Fire Dragon, transmutes the power of divine love. Oh. Open up to transcendent love and enlightenment. Purity of heart brings peace, hope, and joy. Oh, look at, we also got the other one. That's so beautiful. Gold and silver violet flame dragon transmutes the old around you with wisdom and grace. It's time for transmutation, magic, and healing. Offer service under grace. And then rainbow dragon brings the leap of joy, so full energy that opens new doors. Hope, trust, rediscover wisdom, expect miracles, and accept opportunities. I'm going to get 3 of these, and then I'm going to get twin flame messages, lovers, oracle, and maybe one more. I don't know what message needs to come through. Friendship, interesting. Sexual union. Oh my God. Do you see it? The past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is available to you and follow it with faith. That is beautiful. I don't know why they're having me do this. I don't think I've ever done this. You have friendship on your mind. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship and your love life will dramatically improve. He has sexual union. Honor the place in one another that is where you are one eternal soul. For there you will find true bliss. And it's interesting that I talked about that soul connection. Guardian. A lost loved one watches over you. And it's interesting because I did talk specifically about inheritance and it being a blessing or a curse. Commitment. Things are getting serious. Interesting. Mercury retrograde. Electronic issues. Communication issues. Review everything. Manifest. Tell the universe exactly what you want. I think that's our second card there of that energy. That intentions, be very clear with who you are and what you are being. Okay. I did post on Instagram right before this. It was such a revelation to me, and sometimes I'm like, oh my God, this is such a revelation, and then we'll get like 7 likes, and I'm like, God, maybe I'm not saying it the right way. So people can actually hear what I'm getting, but it is what it is. I'm so tired of sabotaging this connection. Very interesting. Please be patient a little longer. See, I'm not good at communicating my feelings with you. You're so beautiful. I don't want this to be over with this. I want to follow my heart, and I don't want to lose you. I miss you. I've cried over you. I can feel you pulling away. Have you moved on? That's that bridge energy. I pretend I don't care because I care too much. And that won't work anymore. It's not going to work anymore. He has to care and he has to show the care. It seems to be part of his journey. Because I feel this like inverse thing with him a lot of the time in the energy field. It's like when he shows care, it doesn't actually mean he cares. It's fake. And when he doesn't show care, he does care, and that's fake. And it's like the fakeness is the mask, and that has to come off. Okay, these are the weirdest cards I have, I think. I wish to be like you. Bridge energy. I don't know where to start. That's a doubt. I can't express myself. I don't know who I am anymore. They've hurt me. I'm stuck in visions of us together. That's that fantasy energy. I long for your kiss. I can't do this right now. It's all too much. That's the intensity. Will this pain ever stop? I had to let you go so I could find my true self. People don't believe in me or don't believe me. Sexual desire and I want out. I can't stop thinking about you. Why do I feel so lost? I don't understand. Will you leave me like the others? You're so different. From everyone around you, I was hurt by you. So a lot of inner child energy, a lot of longing to be loved, but being afraid of the intensity, being afraid that you'll leave, being afraid of being scared. Just a lot of inner child energy, I feel. So I hope this has helped you. It's been one of the most beautiful readings I've done in a while, and Talk to you later. Bye.